Hi, this is Gil, live from the Ultra Race of Champions at Wintergreen Resort in Virginia. We're excited to get started with the race. We have the runners lining up now, and we've kicked off. Great weather. We're doing a parade lap, which is kind of unique. They're going to be going around the top of the mountain summit area here. You'll see them come back through and work their way back out on the trail. This is part of the parade lap. There were a lot of debate on who was going to come through, and I think everybody pretty much guessed. There we go. It's Dave James, followed very closely by Michael Wardian. So they're going to make their way out of the actual start-finish area, and now they're going to work their way over into the Wintergreen Trail System. Just a beautiful set of trails through Wintergreen. Once again, there's Dave James. He likes to take the lead and push it hard. They're working their way through an area called Loggers Alley, which leads you through some of the beautiful ski areas. The ladies pack, that was Devin Crosby Helms, followed by Ann Lundblad, Reagan Petrie. Back to the men leader, again, Dave James out on some of the roads in the Wintergreen area. They're popping off trails onto roads, kind of going back and forth. And I believe we have Jeremy Pade just to James' left. Good pack here, Rose, Wardian, Grossman, and Basham coming through, making their way back into the trail system, still very early into the race. Here's Ian Sharman, just ran a 12:44 100-miler this year, and Michael Owens. There goes Troy Schauhammer, hitting onto the trails into the Wintergreen system, and a little bit more footage here across some of the ski areas. The runners making their way up some of the steep climbs there, as you can see, kind of all still running close together. You got a few people here you can see being a little bit smarter on the earlier pace, but it'll heat up soon. Here we go, people popping out on, again, kind of crisscrossing out through the area. It's a beautiful set of trails, a lot of great single track, kind of meandering back and forth. That was Dave James. Dave James is probably one of the people, the leading runners for Ultra Runner of the Year, and a lot of people predicting will be there at the end of this race. A lot of excited people. That's John Allen. John Allen has had a great year. I think he has 5 wins. There's Jason Bryant, part of the La Sportiva team. Really excited to have some of the La Sportiva members here with us this year. Once again, now they're making their way through actually Oktoberfest. I don't think we'll have anybody stopping to grab a beer. They'll probably wait and do that a little bit after the race. But Oktoberfest will be going on throughout the event, so I'm sure they'll probably partake when they're done. Great shot here, again, of John Allen making his way along through the beautiful Wintergreen area. They're now kind of making their way along the trail system and back over into an exit where they'll actually head up here pretty soon over into the near the Blue Ridge Parkway. Michael Owen again, kind of leading the pack. Michael Owen there on your right just graduated from college, I think, about 6 months ago, and Michael recently ran like a 2:31 marathon, I think. Guys still kind of in some of them in that chatting mode. You can see Jeff Rose there with Eric Grossman making their way out of the Wintergreen area now. Probably heading about 4 or 5 miles into the race or so. Working their way again, as you can see, it's kind of a mixture. That's really the way the Ultra Race of Champions is set up. We really wanted a mixed course, a lot of different surfaces, tough terrain, a lot of vertical gain and loss, but really wanted to challenge runners of all different abilities, try to really determine who's the best runner of that year across, from a lot of different ways. Here's the Summit Aid Station, a good shot there. Earlier on, we had our winners of King and Queen of the Mountain. The winner of the King of the Mountain was Scott Gall, followed really closely by Michael Wardian. And the Queen of the Mountain was Devin Crosby Helms. Once again, we've got our video team following closely. These guys aren't slowing down for any intersections. That's Jonathan Basham. Jonathan Basham holds a lot of long-distance records. I believe he's the current record holder of the Long Trail, which covers, I believe, the entire length of Vermont. Once again, Dave James. Dave's had a heck of a year. Dave, I believe, just ran about a 13-hour, 100-mile split during a 24-hour race. So Dave is having another solid year. Now I believe we're working our way out of the resort. This is about a 10% grade. It's obviously a little hard to see here, but this is about a 10% grade heading out of the resort. And at the bottom of this, they're going to be making their way up to the Blue Ridge Parkway. From that point, they'll head over into I'll be on the Blue Ridge Parkway for some time, and then making their way into the George Washington National Forest. This is Dave Mackey. Again, Dave Mackey representing HOCA and having just a heck of a year this year. Won a lot of races, just some outstanding performances. Jonathan Basham leading into that grade I just talked about. I know you can't see it, but it's a tough one coming through that area. More of the guys making their way through the park. There we go. Excited runner. I believe that was Brad Hinton. Brad gliding back onto the trail system there. So that's going to take us to our first feed of the day of video coverage of the Ultra Race of Champions from the start of the race at Wintergreen Resort, proceeding out of the trail system, making their way over to Reed's Gap. We'll pick up the coverage Reed's Gap over to White Rock Junction shortly.